Oh, there's a big earthquake. Oh, shit.
Are you still there? Are you still there? Are you still there? I lost you. Are you still there? I lost you.
I vividly remember that night of the earthquake. I had to decide whether to try and protect myself and my unborn twins or to try and get down the shaking hallway to my other kids. All through that night we crouched under the dining room table listening to a battery radio. Water was off, phones were down, the power was out, and we were badly unprepared.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that first earthquake, I was away for work, but I think we kind of get it, what it's like in a disaster. We separated families, smashed buildings, blocked roads, infrastructure gone. Going through that certainly has helped motivate us a lot with the first 72-hour challenge. We both got into design because we believe that well-designed product systems can make the world a better place, especially if you follow sustainable principles.
Sean's qualified in industrial design and mechanical engineering, and he's got 27 years of product development experience.
Certainly being married to another designer is a great help. Moira is qualified in industrial design and horticulture. She brings a strong ecology focus to our work, as well as experience in retail management, so it makes us a good complementary team.
After the Christchurch earthquakes, we moved up to Auckland and started our own business, Loop Creative Limited. Sean saw the first 72-hour challenge on course 77 and said, "Hey, we should enter that." When's the deadline? I said.
Thursday.
It's a great fit with what we believe, so we just did it.
We showed our idea to other people and it quickly became apparent we needed to make some improvements. What people needed in the first 72 hours wasn't just water, they also needed food and shelter, basically all the things that were on the bottom of Maslow's pyramid. So we made some changes and allowed for an emergency shelter option. Built a prototype. That stayed up for about 2 weeks until the tail end of Tropical Cyclone Eta came through and flattened it. But even then, when we looked inside it, we found that it was still raised off the ground and dry, so we counted that as a pass. The thing is with a disaster, particularly an urban disaster, is stuff gets pretty messed up. Being able to supply water to an entire family isn't much use unless they can get it to where they want it. So we added bicycle wheels to the sides of the AguaPallet and turned it into a hand cart. And that was a real game changer. Suddenly all the other ideas we'd had for things like rafts and bridges became secondary benefits compared to the hand cart, which was something that had real value for the people who found themselves in those situations. We also made other changes. We tweaked the part line to remove tooling costs. We increased the fill point size to make it easier to fill. Next, we want to work on the design of the handles, and we also want to add grooves onto the top of the AguaPallet so that it can collect rainwater directly.
Now, considering sustainability, LDPE is readily recyclable and it has residual value as regrind. The AguaPallet is rugged, it's repairable in the field, and it so should have a long and a useful life. Now, there's two parts to the scalability question. Firstly, the idea is quite low risk technically. Rotational moulding is a simple process with very cheap tooling. Water tanks have been made this way for a very long time. So basically there are no technical hurdles here to achieving scalability. The second part is production capacity. The AguaPallet is highly suited to low cost labour locations, which means that in many places it meets UNICEF's objective to promote in-country supply chains. What we plan to do is use seed funding from UNICEF and the feedback that we get to secure matched funding from charitable sources. Once we've done that, we have field-proven production samples. We will supply a production kit which includes tools, manuals and anything else people need to become approved quality suppliers. We'll also release it as an open source solution to be replicated wherever it's needed. The more funding we get, the more AguaPallets become available to aid organisations in the more areas there are when disaster strikes.
We think the AguaPallet is a good, innovative solution.
It's a disruptive idea too, and it challenges what a pallet can be, but it certainly isn't disruptive with how you implement it.
No behaviour changes are needed, just keep distributing aid exactly how you've always done it.
We're excited about the opportunity this competition has created for us. We've got the skills, we've certainly got the motivation, and the idea seems unique.
Yeah, and we're really keen to see it out there saving lives. That'd be really satisfying.
It would.